Danielle is the teacher that every student wants. She's that teacher, the one that all the kids want to be in her class, and she's the teacher that the parents want their kids to have too. She's the one that they go to when they need support, when they need guidance. She's the one that they go running to when something fantastic has happened in their high school lives and they just need to share it with somebody. And beyond that, she is one of the finest choral directors, finest musicians that I have ever worked with. She elicits a musicality and a sensitivity from her students and performance that shows that there's no way that she's just stopping with teaching them the notes and the rhythms on the page, and that she takes them so far beyond what is written on that musical score. She has a passion and a conviction about everything that she does, and it really is just infectious to everybody who works with her, whether it be students or her other colleagues. The impact that Danielle McRoy will have on music education, I think, is a big one, in that every student that leaves her program will have had an experience that makes them think about music education, not just in a positive way, but in an invaluable way. They will have left and gone on to the world, become adults, had children of their own one day, and they will have had an educational experience that will make them want to make sure that their kids and that others around them have those same experiences.
I think in every student's educational careers, a special person comes along, whether it be a teacher, a friend, someone else you encounter, who who changes everything, who impacts you in such a way you can't even see all the implications at the time, maybe not even later. And for me, that person was Danielle McRoy, um, who was my music teacher in high school, and she impacted the course of my life. She impacted who I am. And that's so, I feel like that's so crazy to say about a teacher you encounter in a public school, but that's what happened. That's not an understatement. She's the reason why I'm pursuing a career in music. And the thing, she not only gave me the tools to do so, she gave me the confidence. She made me believe that it's something I could do. I never thought that I could. I never thought that I could be a professional musician. That seemed crazy to me. It was just something I loved to do and it was my passion, but it wasn't going to be the course of my life. And she guided me in the way I always wanted to do. She guided me the path that I really wanted to take. And how do you thank someone for that? I mean, that's just so profound. That's so immense. But the thing is, she's not. That's the amazing part. It's not. She's not only teaching you to make one kind of music or pushing you in one direction. She wants to help people make the music that they want to make. And that's honestly, it's the greatest gift in the entire world. And it's not just me who's saying this. I'm only one of any one of her students who would say the exact same thing. And that's what's so crazy. If there's a student who wanted to study to become a classical vocalist, she would give them the tools and the abilities to do that, and just make them have fun making the music that's in their heart that they want to make. If you're pursuing a career in popular music, which is what I'm trying to do, she she gave me the support and the same fundamental musical experience and background and education that I need to do that, and ties it all together. And you know what? There were my friends who didn't want to pursue music professionally, but that doesn't matter. She still gave them the tools that they wanted to appreciate music and to make the music that they wanted to make. So to say Danielle McRoy is a special music educator is frankly just too much of an understatement. She is the reason why people are making music in the future, and everyone she touches is someone who loves to make music and appreciates music and realizes the joy that music can bring. So she's there's no way to say thank you.
As a one-time musician myself, I spent quite a lot of time with music teachers, and I can say without a doubt Danielle is one of the very best I've ever seen. She's not only a superb interpreter of choral music, she's also a gifted leader who demands excellence and takes personal interest in the development of each of her students. The kids love and respect her in turn, and they respect themselves for their growing achievements. They give back what they get from Danielle through outstanding performances in chorus, in the spring musicals, in the selective county and state festivals that many have taken part in thanks to her great efforts and her professionalism. My daughter's love of music and her technical and interpretive abilities have come to life under Danielle's tutelage. She sung solos at school musicals. She was accepted into the All-County Jazz Ensemble, the USDAN Repertory Theater. None of this would have happened without Danielle's professional guidance, and just as important, her moral support and encouragement. When I look back to my own time in high school 30 years ago, I still think of a few teachers who made a difference in my life. I know my daughter will think of Danielle that way, that her love of music will be lifelong now that she's had so many wonderful experiences with Danielle, and that one of the hardest things about graduation next year will be saying goodbye to Danielle and to the music program at High School East, which owes its success in large part to Danielle's great talents and tireless efforts.
In my opinion, probably one of the most amazing things about Dr. McRoy is how much she cares about both her students and the music. Like, for example, when we're rehearsing for a concert, she expects like the highest level of musicality that she knows we can give her, and when we don't give that to her, you can see that she gets frustrated sometimes, but it's just a clear sign of how much she believes in us and how much she cares about what we put into it. Like, some people say that chorus isn't a real class, but Dr. McRoy proves that it is.
You can read any article, you can watch any clip on CNN talking to you about how important music education is, but nothing can replace having experienced it yourself. And it is that way that I believe that Danielle McRoy will leave a lasting impact on music education in our society, one that will go so far beyond the walls of the high school in which she teaches every single day.
I've known Dr. McRoy for 4 years, and I've had the privilege of being a student of hers for 3. And I have to say that one of the things that really strikes me about her as a teacher is her ability to act as a friend while still maintaining the level of authority of a teacher. Everybody in the room respects her. As soon as she walks in, there's this mutual understanding that she's the teacher and we're the students, and yet she still manages to create a sense of friendship or have a shoulder to cry on, or someone to talk to. Her class is one of my favorites, probably my favorite of the day. She makes learning music fun, and I think that that's incredibly important. And she's taught me a lot about life, about music, and she's just a really great person, so I hope that she receives any award that she's been nominated for. Thank you.
And when you look at a prestigious award that comes with a grant like this one, I'm sure you have a phenomenal pool of teachers to choose from. But what makes Dr. McRoy stand out is that she's not just a phenomenal teacher. She's also an amazing mentor, and that's sort of where you find her at the step above the competition. And when you think of a mentor, you perhaps traditionally think of the role that a student in college has with a particular professor, and it's a very personal role. And in a chorus class of over 100 students, it might be difficult to have that sort of role, but Dr. McRoy seems to pull it off. She knows everyone's name in the chorus. She knows what they're interested in besides music, a little bit of background, and she's really interested in their passions other than music as well, which is really one of the first reasons that she's just a really great mentor. And when you think of a mentor, perhaps in a college setting, you also realize that they're an expert in their field, and Dr. McRoy certainly is an expert in the field. Not only does she have the required master's degree in music education, but she also went back to school while teaching to Columbia University to get a doctorate in music. And in that sense, she has so much knowledge, and she encourages us to ask questions and inspires us to go sort of for that higher education route as well. But she can take that really high-level knowledge and break it down into bits and pieces that we can understand as students. And that's another great thing that a mentor does, is they encourage you to take the tools they give you and use them to apply to your education. And Dr. McRoy's chorus class certainly gives us the tools we need to use, not just in chorus and asking questions about chords or harmonies, but also to ask questions in general in all different subject areas, whether it be math or science.